Alright everybody, welcome back to Elden Ring. I am Captain Beefy with the Game Vault here today, and we're going to show you a little bit about some advanced rune farming. Look at the number of runes I have right now. Over 1 million. Yes, that is 1 million runes. Now if you think I did that by chasing boulders down a hill, you are sorely mistaken. I've also advanced my character quite a bit. I'm up to level 95. I've been doing quite a bit of rune farming, playing around with the character a little bit, starting to up some other stats. So, yeah, pretty cool. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and it does take a few steps. This isn't for a brand new character, so there's a little bit of a procedure to get to it, but we're going to go through and do that real quick. So without further ado, let's get to some advanced rune farming. So let's start it off from the Church of Ella here. What needs to be done is we need to make our way through a little bit of the story and fight the first two bosses, the Margit the Fell Omen and of course Godric. Once that's done, we are going to head up into the lake up here, and we're going to have to find a very specific church, and that's where everything begins. So you can see the lake over here. There's where the church is located. The Rose Church. So I've already got a waypoint open, but it's not hard to get to. You just got to get down into that lake, mark your map roughly where it is, and run that direction, and you will find the church. So once we get there, we've got an NPC we've got to talk to. He's the guy we first meet when we come out of the out of the tutorial area and all that. He's the first one waiting there. I think it was called the First Steps or whatever. I can't even remember his name right now. It's my bad. But he's going to give us a couple of items and some instructions on what to do with them. Once we do what he instructs us to do, then we can move forward. So there's a couple guys out here, blah, blah, blah. We'll kill them off real quick. And he's waiting right outside of the church. So, I don't think he's here right now for me, if I remember correctly, but that's okay. I'll show you where he is. Unless I ran to the wrong side of the church. Check both sides of the church. I might have screwed up here. I'm pretty sure he's right here next to this door. Yeah. So, we're going to talk to him, and once we're done with our conversation, and you have to react negatively to when he asks you about the two fingers, he's going to give you 5 of a single item. And it is this finger right down here. Let's get down to it. Oh, the Festering Bloody Finger. What this does is it allows you to invade another player's world. And you're going to have to do this 3 separate times. You don't have to win the invasion. You just have to do it. And more than likely, unless you're good at PvP or very advanced with this, you're going to get killed. I did. I really didn't even care at that point. I just said, you know what, let me rush through this and let's do it. And so the end goal is to get this Pure Blood Knight's Medal, which is what we're going to do. But first off, yeah, we've got to do 3 invasions. So once those are done, we're going to come back to them. So now that you finish the 3 invasions, and you talk to him a couple more times, he's going to give you a cloth. And that cloth needs to be dipped in Maiden's blood. And the place to find that is this church right up here, the Church of, what is that, Inhibition? And I found the easiest way to get to it is to do it from the Bellum Church, which is just a little bit west of it. And that's fairly easy to get to by heading north and making your way around and getting up there. It's not the hardest place to find. Getting to that other church, though, is a bit of a bear, so we are going to take you through that process because it is not cool. It is pretty much directly east, just a hair north, but it's not a straight run, and you've got to be careful. You're going to face a few different dangers along the way, first of them being catapults launched at you, so listen for them being launched into the air, and when they're launched into the air, change your trajectory a little bit so you do not get tagged by them. You'll see a rising rock over here to the right. We're going to climb that, and stick to the wall a little bit. You should be pretty safe from the catapults now for this part of it. And you're just going to kind of make your way along here. It does dead end. Don't fear the drop at the end. Just take it. You do your double jump down, and we continue hugging the wall on the right hand side here. There's an opening coming up, and that opening will lead us through a bunch of rats, and these rats have glowing yellow eyes, which is a sign of the status effect madness, which you yourself may end up getting from this building that has this weird fireball on top. I don't know what it's doing, but it causes madness, and the madness can be very detrimental to you, so you want to be careful about it. If you do have it, here's a good place to stop and let it go down. Once it's down, make your way in here. This is another little safe spot from the madness, no problem. You can stop in here, let it go down, and then you make your way to the left of this little broken down tower. Now you're definitely going to get some madness along the way here. I know I do, even though I didn't get it on the first couple parts. You can see the meter going up. I get on the other side of this tower a little bit, and it stops rising. Now we're in the Frenzied Flame Village. Perfect. We run, go past those couple buildings, jump up here, bingo, bango, bongo, and onto the path. We make our way up following this path, and we're almost at the church, but we have an invader, a scripted invasion event coming up. So it's going to boot us off our horse, right, or our steed, right around here-ish. And then you've got to deal with this guy. Now you can choose to fight him, or you could just run past him, heal, 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 run, heal, 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 you know, whatever it takes just to get past him, get in here, and get this grace point. You see to the left of the character, that's the maiden that you want to dip the cloth in. Once you dip it in there, it turns red. You bring it back to our buddy at the other church. Boom. Talk to him a couple times. He gives you that seal. And there again, there's the other church. There's no grace point there, so you know you'll have to make your way back to it via a different grace point or whatever, but you know, no big deal. So then let's activate this Pure Blood Knights medal and see what it does. It's going to take us and teleport us to a new area. This is an underground area, apparently. It's not on the main map. And here's where we start off with the Mogwin Palace. So first off, up these stairs and to the left, there's a grace point. We'll go ahead and activate that one just in case something stupid happens on the way in. We will not have to come back here via any other manner. We'll respawn here. So go ahead, activate it, rest. Then you'll see those stairs to the right, run completely opposite of them, drop down here. You'll be able to get your steed back, and you're going to hop on them and go. You're going to kind of bear to the right here just to avoid any and all enemies in the area. And you're going to make your way. It looks like there's a big bloody lake. It's freaking really gross. So, yeah. You can see it on the left-hand side. So as we run through here and we come across that big column and those other two, we're going to kind of veer off and stop hugging the wall. There's a path to the right, a tunnel, and that's what we're shooting for, just past this structure, whatever that is. And then we are heading up. There's a whole bunch of bad dudes here. Most of them are asleep, some of them are awake. They do have some projectile attacks. They've got melee attacks. They will wreck you, especially if you're low level and trying to level up here. Get to the grace point. Boom. Activate it. Save off at it. Or not save off, but rest at it. And then, okay, everybody's de-aggroed and you're ready to go. So there's two different ways to get runes here. They're both a little on the tedious side, yeah, I'll admit that. But the first one is to use a ranged weapon, a bow, crossbow, or whatever. And there's this big, ugly, nasty bird down here. And he's patrolling back and forth. He could be, he's not a bad source. And we're doing all this, by the way, without any buffs. We don't have the buff of the gold pickled Foulfoot or the gold Scarab right now. Just to show you the raw runes that you stand to gain on a new game. So anyway, pop a couple shots off at him. When you hit him, you immediately want to run toward the right-hand side of the screen. I run kind of backward a little bit like that, and roll a couple times because that will draw him over the edge of the cliff. If you don't do that, if you just stand there, it seems like he runs up to the edge of the cliff and then just stops. So, we get him? Nope. Yeah, this was a really bad example of this one. I usually get him in one or two shots. It is what it is. And this guy then gets in the way, making it even more confusing. Thanks, dude. So let's show you what happens. I tried a different vantage point here. Can't even lock onto them. Maybe I should switch to my longbow. And there we go, got him. So we roll, and you can see his, boom, he jumped, he turned yellow, he died. And we got 11,000 runes for that. And again, that's without any single buff, so that is fantastic. The other route we go to get runes involves our faithful steed Torrent. Now the trick is to jump up here, and this is a little tough, I'll admit. It's a little bit of platforming, but the first part's the hard part. You get in this area, and then you want to jump to the upper left corner and then up there. Now that is tricky and it takes a while. And you just kind of follow the pathway up and around here. Okay, you get over here, you'll see the shadow on the ground. And a pillar outside here. See it? Boom. Right there. That pillar. We're going to double jump out and start swinging our sword. And we swing it and swing it and swing it. Now this is a long fall. It takes quite a while, but you have to keep swinging that sword the whole way down. I sped it up just to make the video a little bit shorter. When you get to the bottom, you'll start to see, down in the right hand corner, you'll see some runes start to pop up. As soon as you see that, open up your map and fast travel back here. Boom. And look at this. 100,000 plus runes just for that. Tell me that's not fantastic. And that, my friends, is how you farm some runes a lot quicker than the other method of chasing boulders or being chased by boulders down the hill. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this helps you out. Leave your comments down below and a like on the video if you enjoyed what you saw and you found it helpful at all. And if you got any other suggestions or better ways to do this, please let me know. I'd love to check them out, compare notes, and see what's going on. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to share us on social media. The exposure is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. I'll see you next time.